Alright, so today's lesson is going to be on the Roaring Twenties. Just to give you guys an overview, today we're gonna go through a warm-up, and then I'll give a mini lecture. We'll watch a video, do an activity, and then have a class discussion. So for your warm-up, I want you guys to think of a time where something you loved was taken away, like an item or a hobby. Describe how you dealt with this loss. Did you wait it out? Did you try to get around it? I want you guys to use your phone, tablet, or any kind of device to either scan the QR code and fill out the Google form, or you can go online, access this presentation in the modules, and copy and paste the link into your browser. Alright, moving on. For our lecture, we're going to focus on Prohibition. So for Prohibition, it occurred in the 1920s to the 1930s. It was advocated by the Women's Christian Temperance Unit. So some of the main points, they said it would reduce crime and corruption, solve social problems like domestic violence, workplace intoxication, reduce tax burdens created by prisons, and then it would improve health and hygiene overall. With that, the 18th Amendment banned the manufacture, transportation, and sale of intoxicating liquor via the Volstead Act, but it proved to be very difficult to enforce. So some of the consequences of Prohibition: first off, the sale of alcohol, production, distribution, and consumption was banned. However, that did not stop it because of the rise of production in moonshine. So it was an at-home attempt to create alcohol, and bottles were marked by X's to show how distilled and strong the liquor was. They were also transported by people called moonshine runners, who would go out in the middle of the night, run these shipments all over the country. With the consequences of Prohibition, organized crime rise, as people were really putting in the effort to protect their businesses and making sure that everything kind of stayed the way it was. This is where the rise of gangs and mafias come from, and one of the most infamous criminals in U.S. history, Al Capone. Some more consequences: there was an economy decline. Many things like real estate, entertainment, and goods were expected to rise with the passage of Prohibition, but none of that happened. Many businesses failed, jobs were eliminated, and taxes a lot of taxes were derived from liquor sales. So with the ban on liquor, many taxes caused losses. And with law enforcement, police were attempted to take bribes or offerings to go into bootlegging. Jails were overflowed from bootleggers, and many criminals, due to the production of alcohol, and courtrooms, jails overflowed with the system and could not keep up. So in 1933, amidst the Great Depression, FDR signed the 21st Amendment that basically ended the Prohibition era. So now we're going to watch a video. I want you guys to think about three main things. So, one, how is the 20s quote-unquote roaring? What aspects/events of the 20s counter this idea? And consider Prohibition's role during this period. In popular media, such as The Great Gatsby, everyone's showing drinking and having this carefree lifestyle, versus how we've seen with people risking their lives to go under the law of go around the law of Prohibition. Alright, and then moving on to our activity. So in groups of 4, I want you guys to assign each person a section to read and then take notes on the arguments presented by the article. After, I want you guys to discuss what the arguments your group were made. Alright, I'm going to pass these out, and then we are going to fill these out front and back. And then for our discussion, what are some points that are brought up? by these articles and what can they tell us about prohibition. All right, and then that is it.